I've been lifting for 22 years straight, never stopped, and here's why push-pull leg split for lifting just makes sense. So long term, you got to think sustainability. Sometimes in the moment, you're just like, hey, this is what feels best, to go crazy, hit the most insane amount of volume, or do the most amount of workouts days in a row. But long term, when I'm looking at sustainability, it's how are we gonna stay injury free, but still be able to push hard in the gym, not get sick of the gym, actually have good mind-muscle connection there, high energy, all the things that are just gonna make sense with life at the same time. Because whether you're switching jobs, going to different states and cities, different relationships, family, children, you want to be able to keep an active lifestyle in the picture, and you want to keep going to the gym. You don't want it to be something that you're just like, I don't want to be there. And it's, trust me, there's days where it's not as easy, but more times than not, I'm excited to go get a sweat and get a good pump. There's a lot of gratitude in that, really, just to move the body, burn up energy, build muscle, and you just feel so accomplished, right? We just all feel this drive and clarity, especially the benefits after a workout. So when we look at push-pull legs, the reason I'm talking about that being the most sustainable is because, one, the variety with it is awesome. When I can go to the gym and do 3 chest exercises, 2 shoulder exercises, and 1 tricep exercise for that push day, for example, the variety there is just fun. Your strength stays high because there's really a low chance that you're going to overtrain any muscle group or any movement pattern, or like overuse it, right? So by the time the chest, you're like, boom, we smoked it, the chest still stays strong. The chest is strong for all movements. By the time we get to shoulder, it's fun because you got a little switch up. You get to do something a little bit different, but it complements the chest training. And it's already fatiguing the shoulders by pressing hard. And then the fact that you can put in the tricep at the end, boom, we get to get a little tricep action too, because we already hit those. It's fun. It's just, number one, it's a good time. You just get to have variety that's enjoyable. As well as you're less likely to overtrain. I've noticed long term, you don't see this like year 1 to year 5, but when you're year 10, 20, when you get to this point where you have to understand fatigue accumulation. Fatigue accumulation is important with the nervous system, especially because you can get lots of overtrained biofeedback, like brain fog during the day, sleeping like crap. Your joints will start hurting and you'll be inflamed and everything. So you have to pay attention to these things, number one, because if you don't pay attention to these things, what happens is injury occurs, your quality of life just crap, you'll have less energy for everything you're doing, and then again, you're gonna be sick, and you're gonna be sick of it and quit the gym. So being able to have variety in the workout that's fun and enjoyable, but something that doesn't overtrain you, is gonna just keep you in there longer and longer. So we go to pull day, back, rear delt, bicep, and then legs, obviously everything legs there. And then you can just work in calves through the week 2 or 3 times, abs through the week 2 or 3 times, just like we usually do, just more frequency on those. But I don't know, push-pull legs is just easy as that, because whether I go push-pull legs and I lift 3 days in a row, or I go push-pull off day on the 3rd day and then I pick up legs on the 4th day, or say a session just smoked you and for whatever reason you got underslept and your food wasn't on point, and you're just trying to be smart and go, how do I feel? Check in and just pick up that routine the next day. It's really that satisfying. It's not, what happens in this mode of when you do chest, back, legs, arms, shoulders, and you put just like one muscle group on one day, you almost start feeling like you're behind in a sense, because then you're like, oh, I didn't lift on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday morning as planned. And then you're kind of setting up this failure mindset where you didn't get there the days that you expected to, so therefore you failed your expectations, and then you just kind of get in your head about it. And I just remember that, like, so you have to develop this plan of exercise that makes sense to where you can check in custom and uniquely each day, because when you're able to check in, you're able to do what makes sense. And it's not laziness, it's intentional. It's not like, I'm just gonna skip, but I'm totally capable of going. It's like, am I capable of going? What's necessary? The weights, or cardio or mobility, and doing something like push-pull legs allows me just to make sure that, hey, I am training good amount of volume there in 3 days versus training every muscle group across 5 days when you're doing back, chest, arms, legs, shoulders. So the less frequent, the more frequency with a little bit less volume per session, I love it. It's high intense training, like there's 2 failure sets per exercise, but it's not as many exercises at all, and it allows you just to stay fresh. You're gonna feel really strong for the whole workout and for every muscle group, and therefore you're gonna get good quality workouts, and you won't get burnt out mentally or physically. So push-pull legs, long term, very enjoyable, highly recommend. Let me know what you think.